Hi guys.
Hello everyone.
Welcome back to another episode of The Bronze Room.
I want to say another week, another episode, but it's actually, for them it's another week.
Like for you guys, it's a regular rollout.
Yeah.
But
for us, it's just another day.
for us, we've literally, all I'm dreaming about is podcasts. All I'm thinking about is podcasts because we've been just filming nonstop the last couple of days.
It's been like 9 to 5 podcast.
Literally 9 to 5 podcasts.
But
yeah.
You know what? It's actually low-key fun.
It's cool. Like I wouldn't change that for anything. Like definitely fun to do that during my 9 to 5.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of the other work.
Exactly right.
Well, anyways, what have you been up to, Miss Girl?
What have I been up to? I played pickleball for the first time yesterday.
Yeah, how was that?
Like low-key think I'm a professional. I think I've got potential to be good at this game.
Do you have good hand-eye coordination?
Yes. Yes.
You're so lucky.
Because I used to play tennis, so I feel like
Did you?
actually I went through a phase where you just try every sport as a kid.
Yeah.
I did that, but I think tennis lasted maybe like a year or so.
Girl, that's a bit.
But I went with my boyfriend and he was like coaching me as if like he was like my father. Like, you know how your father like preps you for a sport, like tries to brainwash you into becoming a good player? Like within the first minutes, he was like, this is your weakness, like you should improve on this. And I was like, I just thought we were coming for a friendly hit. Like I didn't know you were going to make me a prodigy. Anyway.
Is he good at it?
He's good. He was really good.
Yeah.
But it was fun to also be good and we could rally and stuff.
Oh, that's so cute.
But it's all very mental because you're like trying to like fuck them up so they don't see what's coming next.
Oh, girl, I can barely hit the ball, let alone be strategic with it. My God. That's why I asked if you have good hand-eye
I
coordination.
think paddle's different though. Paddle's a lot quicker.
Really? Is pickleball not?
Pickleball is, but because paddle has the wall, I feel like the wall throws me off.
It does throw.
I'm like, how the fuck are you rebounding off the wall? I still can't figure it out.
Is it smaller than a paddle court?
Yeah.
Oh, see,
Is it?
that would be easier.
Similar, I think. Similar. I don't think it's on a tennis court and you just halve a tennis court.
Okay.
Is paddle's probably like medium size?
I think it's medium.
Yeah.
Large, medium, small.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. He pointed to like the place we were going to and he just pointed to like a bunch of tennis courts. And I was like, babe, it's on a tennis court. I'm like, this is tennis. And he goes, no, it's pickleball. I'm like, no, but it's on a tennis court. What do you mean? And then he explained how they like halve it. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I was like, well, are you taking me to play tennis? Anyway, how are you?
I really want to play pickleball.
It's really fun.
I've done paddle. I've never done tennis because like that's too scary.
Too much running as well. It's not as enjoyable.
Yeah. I don't.
Yeah.
Unless you're doing like doubles maybe.
Yeah.
But like even then, I'm currently playing paddle with doubles. Like
yes.
not.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, like we played for a straight hour.
Yeah.
And like the cardio was insane. It was good. It felt really good to just like run.
Right. And it's like it's fun to do it as well. It's not like dreaded cardio.
Yeah.
What have I been up to? I cooked yesterday.
What'd you cook?
I just made like a little chicken fajita bowl.
Yummy.
And it was actually really good.
Oh, good.
I messed up the rice. I will admit that. I was pretty embarrassed.
Oh, really?
But it's because I was making a different type of rice.
Yeah.
And I was on FaceTime with my sister and she's like, yeah, just put a bit more water. That bit more turned it into like porridge.
Oh, it's okay.
So, yeah, it's fine. It was really yum. We ended up getting just rice from
Oh, fair enough.
just some microwavable rice,
Yeah.
but it's fine because it worked out. And then I went and did some cardio at the gym.
Nice.
That was about it.
We were I'm very sore. We went to the gym
Monday.
Monday.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And because I was running around like a madman yesterday, I woke up this morning and I also trained upper body and I was just like,
Yo, your whole body would be broken right now.
I don't run. So that was me running yesterday.
That's
lot
like
more.
You trained legs, so your lower body, and then you trained upper.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, like your joints and
Cardio
whatever.
and upper, doing that. And I was like bending down. I was like lunging to like, you know how you like, you want to like get it before it hits like the fucking floor. So you're like bending down.
It was like squatting.
Yeah, I was literally I was full squatting. I was lunging. Like I was doing it all.
But that's so cute.
Yeah.
I need to try pickleball now.
Do it for sure. So for today's episode, we're touching on a topic that we've kind of probably never touched on at all. And it is a little bit sensitive. So if you do feel like at some points it's too much or it's kind of hitting too close to home, like feel free to turn this off. Like absolutely no like pressure to watch this at all. But just a reminder, like you are loved. If there are people around you that support you always and never feel embarrassed or like you can't talk to someone if you're feeling like you're depressed or you're feeling really low. And just remember, everything will pass. Everything will be okay. And we're here to help you and help you pick yourself up. So
yeah, and we don't get too deep into it this episode. We kind of just want to keep it a little bit light, but also just make you guys feel like we all get into this same mindset. We fall into the same things and to just not make you feel alone.
Yeah, just normalize it. I feel like maybe it's not spoken about too often. So we thought we'd bring a little bit of a light to it and a little bit of like a platform. So yeah.
I agree. So what are we talking about?
Well, I would say today's topic is more about picking yourself up after you've had like a low point or like a depressive episode, and the next steps after you have felt like that for a while. So let's get into it, shall we?
We shallst.
Like anything, we can't take anything seriously. So we will be getting through this with humor and jokes.
Yeah, exactly. We don't know how to get through things otherwise.
No. If you don't laugh, you'll cry.
That is, I think, the mentality you run with, Sam.
No, it literally is.
I think that a lot of people talk about the comeback, like getting out of depression, but not a lot of us talk about how hard it is to do such basic day-to-day tasks, like just convincing yourself to get out of bed and to shower. Like,
I feel like when you're picking yourself up after something so full on, it's not necessarily this massive breakthrough where you're just like, oh yeah, I'm over it. It's little things, just like getting out of the house, like opening the blinds, just trying to like reset your mentality to create better routines for yourself to then help you move out of that episode. So Mara, this may be a personal question, but would you say you've ever felt depressed? And if so, what did it feel like?
I would say no. And the reason why I say that is because I don't really want to use the term very loosely. Like, I think that depression is something it's a big thing to go through. And I don't want to confuse low points in your life or going through a hard time with depression, because depression is something that is
chronic. And
it takes a serious toll on somebody and affects their day-to-day life movements for an extended period of time. So I would say no, but I have been through very low points in my life. And I think that it's shaped me to be who the person that I am. And I've, in that way, kind of experienced depressive episodes or moments. But yeah, thankfully, nothing too chronic.
Yeah, that's good. That's very fortunate in a way.
Oh, I'm extremely grateful for it. Like, not to say that it can't happen in the future,
of course.
But although when I look back at it, like in those moments, I probably would have said like, I feel very depressed. And I think that we do use that term loosely when we're talking about our feelings.
Yeah.
But to come on here and to say that I felt depressed, I probably wouldn't.
Yeah. No, fair.
What about you?
I would say I probably felt it briefly. Like, I wouldn't say it was necessarily like really chronic and long-term and bad. But there was one time in my life that quite recently, actually, I would say like towards the end of last year, I would say that was like probably like my lowest point, genuinely.
Really?
Yeah. So there was like a lot of stuff going on. Like, my family dog had just passed away. There was a lot of stuff going on in terms of like personal relationships. Like, there was just a lot happening at once.
Yeah.
So I didn't feel it come on. It kind of shocked me a little bit because it kind of all happened so in stages. Like, I didn't realize all at once. I'm like, oh, today I feel like I'm depressed. Like, it was just over a course of time. I was like, okay, like, and like, I know the signs and stuff like that. So I was like making mental notes. I'm like, okay, you don't want to go to the gym. You don't want to leave the house. So things like that were happening. And I'd say I'm someone who's like quite sociable, loves to be busy, love to be out of the house, like find my joy in seeing people. So once I realized I was at a low point, I didn't want to leave the house. I found comfort just staying in bed and eating my feelings or just watching a movie at home for like the entire weekend rather than like seeing anyone. So I think that was kind of when I noticed, and I had a little bit of like anxiety leaving the house, like again, just eating my feelings, not wanting to exercise. So I had gained weight. Like, it just kind of was all a massive result of like my behaviors for like the past like couple months.
Yeah.
I feel like I would just say it felt very numbing. And you're kind of like very disconnected to your life and you're just like on autopilot. Like, everything is a chore. Everything's a huge task. Like, everything just takes up so much energy and so much like mental capacity. You don't even want to deal with it. Thankfully, it was only a brief couple of months, but in that moment it felt like a lifetime.
Yeah.
And I just feel like I'll always remember that period, and I'll now know how to like avoid being in that mindset.
Yeah, how to get yourself out of it early.
Yeah, because it can just sneak up on you and you don't even realize till you're like, wait a minute, I've spent the last 4 weekends at home. Like, but it's like, that's fine. But it's like, if you're not used to doing that and you find your happiness in going outside, it's like, wait a minute.
I think very quickly you start to make a lot of excuses.
Yes.
Like, I found that when I was in my low points, I would always push away the people around me, which is extremely unlike me. Yeah. Like, I'm one to talk about my emotions all the time. Like, I love to keep the people that mean the most to me close.
Yeah.
And yeah, when I would like push these people out, I'd be like everyone around me is like, what's going on? Like, this is really unlike you. So I think when you're not acting like yourself
Yes.
for an extended period of time and it's affecting multiple like avenues in your life, then you're like, ooh.
Yeah, like I remember one of my closest, nearest and dearest friends like pulled me up one day. We just like went for Yochi, and like I don't think I would have told her. I told her like what was happening, but I don't think I got into the nitty gritty or like how I was feeling. Like I'm very good at making it seem like everything's fine. Like you'll never know when I'm sad or when I'm not, unless I'm really pissed off, and you'll know. And she was just like, "What's going on? Like this isn't you. Like something's going on. Like you're making decisions that don't reflect your personality." And I was like, fuck. I'm like, that it's that obvious, huh? It's true. The people outside will know. My mom was like, what's going on? Like, you're not going to the gym, like things like that. It's very hard to keep up that facade when it's so like against what you want to be doing. Yeah. It's so clear.
What would you say were the clear signs that you were slipping into this low period?
I feel like you just have overall like a lower amount of energy overall. Like that's kind of how it starts. It's easier to stay in bed than get out of bed. Like everything kind of becomes slower around you. You just feel like there's like this humming in the background always. You're just very disconnected and numb. And again, like you're on autopilot, like I said, you almost feel like it's harder to see your friends than not. It's, again, an effort to do common things like go to the gym. It's very, very, you don't want to spend like too long with anyone. You don't want to be out for too long. Like you kind of feel comfort just in your bed, in your own scene, watching TV or just doing something. I just think you feel like there's so much happening and you're not quite sure where to tackle it.
Yeah.
You're kind of just like, there's a lot going on and I'm not sure which way to address it. You just kind of feel like you're drowning in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just think you'd even feel a bit irritable and flat. Like things might piss you off quickly. You're just not you're not fun. Like it's just not fun.
Yeah.
You just don't really want to be around people and you just look at yourself like, and you don't really like who you're seeing in the mirror. What would you say are some signs that you slipped into a low period?
Yeah, I think very similar to that. Like the things that you usually love to do become like a chore and eventually you just stop doing because it feels like so much effort to do. And then pulling away from people that you loved spending time with, you usually very open with, and now moving into like, no, I just prefer to be by myself because almost like you're scared for them to like figure out that something's wrong with you, or you feel like a burden to be around them because you're not all bubbly and like your normal self. And then the last thing would just be like you stop taking care of yourself. Like, especially if you're one that really cares about like the way that you look or like keeping things tidy or like keeping your body fit, staying active, like all those things will very quickly disappear if you are in this low point because it no longer becomes a priority and you just feel like it's too much of an effort to do.
It's like so hard to put on makeup. You're just like, the last thing I want to do right now is put makeup on.
I think that's like, if I had to like summarize it into one sentence, it's like basic things become so difficult.
Yeah. Like washing your hair. You're just like, I could not think of anything worse.
Fact. Like I be rocking that slick back for like 5 days. And that shit be bumpy as well. Like she ain't even like slick.
That shit is dirty as hell. So why would you think it's so hard to admit you're struggling when you're usually the person who just like keeps going?
I think that when you're the person that's usually the strong one, the one that people rely on, lean on, talk to, it's like very difficult to admit that you're actually now the one that's struggling and you need a little bit of help. And you almost don't want to like break that character because then like you're not going to be a good friend to the people around you.
Yeah.
I also think that you might feel like a burden, especially when you're like usually like so strong, you're so independent, like it's hard to then depend on someone. And when you do, you feel like almost like, oh, I feel guilty. Like they might not feel like it's what I'm feeling is valid enough to be upset about. So I think that as well. Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, like similar to what you said, like especially if you're the one who people rely on for emotional support, for guidance, you know, you've got everything together, or so it seems. It feels like you are letting people down. Like you've just like unlocked the fourth wall that no one's ever seen. And like, God forbid, like you don't have control over what you're showing people. Like usually you'd have it so well together, they wouldn't know if you've had a bad day or a good day. But once it's hit that point, it gets a lot harder to hide it. And you just almost feel like you're almost like a failure to the people around you in a way, which is not a way you should be thinking at all, because it's the last thing that should be on your mind is how you're perceived when you are so low in yourself.
I think it's that because a lot of the times we want to like maintain the same character, the same energy that we bring and beat ourselves up when we're not at that level constantly.
100%.
Which is so unrealistic as well.
Oh, it's so unrealistic. Like it's never going to be so straight. Like it's always going to be up and down. And I would say even with myself, some people don't actually notice you're struggling because you can still be so highly functioning when you're around people. Like you may have spent the last 4 days in bed, but that fifth day that you're seeing someone, you've put on the makeup, you've put it all together, you're in a good mood, or so it seems. Like you're almost putting on a front so these people can act like everything's fine. And it is such a like mask to what's really going on. So I feel like it's harder for you then to say I'm actually struggling because it doesn't look like you're struggling.
Yeah.
Like I'm the epitome of like, I could be having the worst day and I'd be like a concert having the time of my life. Do you know what I mean? Like people that are having really bad times, usually sometimes they don't show it. And that's why they say some of the happiest people ever are the most unhappiest because they are so good at putting on a front that you'll never actually know when they're in their lowest point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so interesting. Like to me, that I don't think that would really apply to myself when I'm at a low point, because I think that I unfortunately can't hide it.
Yeah.
Like,
that's fair.
I guess it's also a blessing in terms of like speaking to people. It kind of like forces them to get it out of me. Like, oh gosh, when I'm upset, literally, I'll be like on FaceTime with my sister, answer the phone. I'm like, hi. She's like, why are your eyes puffy? She's like, why did you say hi in that tone? Yeah. Why did you text me last night one word? Like to that point where it's like, I think I'm that like,
obvious.
Yeah, readable.
I get it.
I'm not a mysterious person.
I think I'm very mysterious.
I think you're very mysterious too.
Like you wouldn't, I would say the only reason my friend, because I'm so good at hiding it, the only reason my friend jerried that something was actually, like she knew all the shit show that was happening in my life, but she didn't realize how deeply it was affecting me.
Yeah.
I made one decision that she was like, okay, this is not you. What is going on? Like you start to become so like willy-nilly and just like making like bad choices and things that you normally do that like you wouldn't normally do, that you're just doing on the whim because you just don't give a fuck and you're not thinking that far ahead, and you just like whatever. Like you just don't have a conscience essentially.
Yeah, it's autopilot.
You're just like, meh.
Yeah. I
don't feel anything,
whatever.
so I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. Well, like you said before, when you are at that low point in your life and you are out of energy, how do you know the difference between actually just needing some rest and you needing some help?
I think you're able to tell, like if you're burnt out, you've had a busy week, you're in a shitty mood, like you're very irritable, there's 101 things happening, you just feel really overwhelmed. Usually you just know by the time period. Like if it's a short period of time and it's like you take 2 days off, you recoup, in that time though, you might either spend your time in bed or do the things that you love, but after that you feel rejuvenated, you feel motivated, you want to keep moving forward. I feel like when it's something a bit deeper, like you can rest and you can rest. Like you can rest for 12 hours, but you're not going to feel any better. If anything, more resting puts you lower and lower into the hole.
Yeah.
Rather than like rising you up. So I think the time period is definitely a huge indication of like which way you're going.
Yeah.
What would you say your key difference to that is?
Yeah, I totally agree. Like same thing. Rest, like when you need the rest, you just sleep. Even if it's like a couple of days, you take a couple of days off, like the weekend, and like you're okay.
You don't feel guilty like being in bed. You're like, bitch, I need this.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, don't talk to me. Don't come in my room.
Yeah. And when you need rest, there's usually a reason behind it. Like, you know, you've had a busy week, a lot's been going on, it's been piling up. And then like you take these couple of days and you feel better afterwards. But then I also think that even when you need rest, sometimes like you'll still feel enjoyment in doing things.
Yeah.
Like you'll be like, oh, I need rest, but I'll go to the gym and I'll still feel happy working out because I like the gym. But when you're when something deeper is going on, I think anything you do is just, like you said, you feel so mellow. It's all numb. It's just autopilot.
Yeah.
And there's no like kind of like snap out of it.
Yeah. And there's no drive.
Yeah.
Like there'd be nothing worse than going to the gym.
Oh, yeah.
Like you would, yeah.
Even though actually some people, I think, enjoy going to the gym because it's like an outlet for them. But I don't know. For me, I know it's not.
I think it's I always thought about this so weirdly. Like it's an outlet for me too. And I know I feel happier after going to the gym.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like that mental battle to get there. And like I would just push it to the side and make that like a low priority. When like I think if I went to the gym more in like my low point, I actually would have seen a lot more clarity a lot sooner.
Yeah.
Because it just, I don't know. It really does. Like the endorphin rush, you just feel like getting your life together. You just naturally feel a little bit more motivated because you're working on your body.
Routine.
Exactly.
You're doing something consistently to make your body feel better and you feel accomplished. Like at the end of the day, you finish the workout and you're like, I did something.
Yeah. And you're doing something beneficial.
Yeah.
So why do you think we sometimes minimize our own mental health until we are completely burnt out?
I think that the world we live in glorifies being busy. Like,
amen.
It's like, push through, keep going, try harder. And we kind of look down on like slowing down. You're like taking a break. Even like when, like think about it, when someone's like, oh, like, you know, take a couple of days off and rest. They're like, why would I do that?
Yeah.
Like I need to do that when I take my holiday.
Yeah.
It's like it's just strange, but it shouldn't be.
No. Normalize having more days off throughout the year.
Yeah. I think we need more than a month.
Like you got your sick leave, you got your annual leave, and then I think you should have like burnt out leave.
Facts.
Like you've had a big week of like events, take that Friday off.
I also think that with social media, we see a lot of people's lives, and especially because people have been so vulnerable online recently, I think that we compare our problems to those, and when you see everything that's going on in the world as well, you almost feel like, what are my problems? Like,
you don't have like
it's not worth it. Yeah. It's not worth being upset about. So I can't. And you minimize that.
That is so true. It's like you've got access to so many bad things happening in the world and you're just like, oh, like, is mine valid enough?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And like every time I found that I would be at a low point, I'd be like apologizing to the people around me.
Yeah.
Instead of just being like, hey guys, like just wanted to let you know this. I'd literally be like, I'm so sorry I haven't been there for you. I'm so sorry I haven't responded to your message.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. And then I feel like the need to tell somebody what I've been going through because of how I haven't shown up.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that that's a little bit shitty because we shouldn't have such high expectations for one another. Like when you have a friend, especially, like a friend, they're seeing like 10% of your life. Like you're going to work, you're training, you got maybe your partner, your family, so much outside of that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So true.
What about you?
I feel like as a society, we have like almost told ourselves that the rest isn't earned until you are completely burnt out. Like we are so hard on ourselves that we actually just think working to the point of exhaustion is like, okay.
Yeah.
And it's not. Any Mediterranean, like all the Europeans that are living till fucking 105, I can guarantee it's because they've not felt an ounce of stress in like the last 30 years because they're just enjoying their life.
Yeah.
But I just feel like you in that period would probably like constantly just push all of your emotional needs to the side in order to just like keep on top of like what's going on around you. And I feel like you'll just eventually wake up one day with like the flu or no energy and you'll be like, like I wonder why. Like why do I
why that caught up to me?
Yeah. And I just feel like we keep going until our body physically says we can't do it.
Yeah.
Because we don't know our limits. Like we constantly push our own limits. So unless our body physically says stop, we're going to keep going.
Yeah.
And I guess people that have a better, like I know me, if I am stressed, I get sick apparently now. Like that's probably why I've been sick so many times because you're pushing your body to the point of exhaustion. But some people who don't get sick when they get stressed out, they might not have that indication. So at one point, 6 months in, they might be like, why am I feeling like this?
Yeah.
Because there's been no like indication so far that they've been exhausted until they've hit the end.
Yeah. And it's not even like, it actually affects in so many different ways. Like people like lose their appetite, your energy levels, illnesses. Like, do you not, when you've got like a tough period and you're pushing through it. You're like, I just need a light at the end of the tunnel. And then eventually you get to that point, and because you've been pushing for so long, your body's like, oh, thank God I can rest now. And then you get sick.
Always.
It's actually like a medical thing.
Yeah. So. Yeah, because I actually feel that. It's like you will, like for instance, like the Pilates event, I think there was so much coming up to that.
Yeah.
I got sick like that was the Monday. I was like, it takes my body like a full 24 hours of like me actually being like, yeah.
Like, are you sure?
Now, bitch.
Are you sure we calm down?
Yeah. Now bring on the flu.
Open up the doors.
But it's so shitty. It's like insane that we have to like let it get to that point.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like when you notice you're falling behind, especially if you're in a very busy work environment, busy lifestyle, you almost start to feel guilty that you can't uphold the expectations that you're responsible for. So when you start falling behind, your mind plays tricks on you and essentially tells you should be doing better than what you're doing.
Well, why does depression make you feel like you're falling behind whilst others are moving forward?
I think it's because you are basically living your life in like 0.5x speed. Everything around you feels like the slowest thing ever in your own sense. Like everything you do, like getting to the shower is taking you 10 minutes. So when you go online and you see that this woman's run a half marathon, everyone else feels like they're exceeding and they're accomplishing so much, and you're just like, oh fuck, like I couldn't even like open the blinds today. Like you're comparing someone's accomplishment to your own downfall essentially.
I think that when you're, like you said, when you're moving at 0.5 speed, you're giving yourself the chance to overanalyze because you're seeing things move so much slower.
Exactly.
And it makes you just so much harsher on yourself.
And when you're doing less, you have more time to think. Like I can guarantee if you're in a low point and you're feeling like you can't do much physically throughout the day, your mind is probably still working at 10 times. Like unfortunately that doesn't slow down. That's the trade-off. Why would you say it feels like everyone is moving forward when you are stuck?
I literally, same exact thing. When you're doing something, like when you're in that position and you feel like the day-to-day activities and like the minor things are such an inconvenience, and you're looking and comparing to somebody who's like just done something and it like feels like a big milestone, an achievement, something where you're like, that seems so unattainable to me. You're like, oh, I feel so behind.
Yeah.
And social media makes it so, I know I will keep saying that, but I feel like that everything. It literally plays such a big part into our lives. And when you're in this low point and you're like looking online and you're seeing all these people do all these different things, and it's like this person, like you said, just ran a marathon, and this person got a new job, and that person just graduated, and this one's having a child, and you're like, I can't even get out of bed. Like no shit.
Yeah.
No shit, you're gonna feel like you're so much further behind.
And I do feel like that's always it's almost a gateway. Like if you're already in that low point and have so much access to social media, like that is potentially a gateway for things that are a lot more extreme. Like anything else that's kind of tied along to that when you're comparing yourself to other people, like that's when you start to kind of think more deeply, and you could potentially make choices that are not beneficial long term because you're kind of just like looking at the best version of people when you are in your lowest.
Yeah, which is, I think, why a lot of people end up like deactivating their accounts or deleting the app or their apps for that period of time, because they know how bad it can be for you.
Yeah. So on that, when you do feel an immense amount of guilt because you're not able to like keep up with the demands of life, how would you say are good ways of dealing with that internal guilt that you'll feel?
I think that I feel this a lot.
Really?
Yeah. So I would say first and foremost, understanding that feeling guilt isn't going to add to your productivity. It's only going to make things so much harder. Like you're going to feel like you're already like not able to get out of bed. And now you're like, there's absolutely no way I'm even opening the blinds. Like it's a total other extreme.
I guess it is just like an added brick.
Yeah.
Like you're already having these shitty thoughts, and then you've got the guilt.
Yeah, exactly.
Which again probably comes from like a place of empathy too, because your guilt for like not being there for your friends or not for your job, like you're thinking about other people when you should be thinking about yourself.
Exactly. Like when you're thinking about you, you're like, oh, it's fine, whatever. Like I've put myself in this position. I feel like shit. It's okay because it's me. But when I'm bringing other people into this and like, oh, what about at work? Like I'm not doing as much. My friends, I'm not spending as much time with them. My family, whatever. You are now 10 times worse.
100%.
Because you're like, damn, what benefit am I even adding to this world anymore?
Exactly. Yeah.
So I would just say that productivity looks different every single day, and you don't compare yourself. Like don't compare yourself to others, but also don't compare yourself to you like a week ago or you yesterday. Like every single day is different. Do what you can that day. Yeah. And everything ticked off is a good thing. But if you don't finish the tasks on your list, it's also not the worst thing. Like you've still got tomorrow. You can still try again then. Like it's not
just reprioritize. Like it's not make or break.
Yeah. And understanding that some days are just going to be easier than others.
Agreed.
But otherwise, the thing that really helps me is speaking to the people because I feel that guilt towards work or friends or family. I'm always like, let me tell them so that at least they know. So I often do this with my friends whenever I'm like, I don't know, in my luteal and I'm just feeling like low energy. They're asking to like go out and I'm like, don't feel like it. I'm not responding to their messages. I think it's important to just say, hey, I just want to let you know that this is what I'm going through. Because otherwise I feel guilty of making the other person feel like they've done something wrong.
Yeah,
so I just want to let them know that that's not the case. And like, I still love you. I'm going to be there. Just be patient with me. I'll be back to like my normal self at some point.
I feel like that's good though. Like that's a really strong way of communicating. Like even in a relationship and stuff like that is so important because a lot of people don't do that. And then the other person's left wondering, have I done something? Have I fucked up? Like what's going on? Like that would be such a valuable trait of yours to have, to be like, hey guys, like, don't fuck with me this week.
Yeah. Cause otherwise I'm too snappy. Like you'll come at me, I'll like say something. And cause I'm too honest, sometimes it's hurtful. So I think it's very important to at least give somebody an idea of where my head's at. And especially because we're women and we're very hormonal. So we're not consistent like men are.
Yeah. Must be nice.
Literally.
So I actually wonder what it would be like. Anyway.
When you're like all over the shop, it's good to give just someone an idea of where you're at.
Yeah. Agreed.
What about you? How do you deal with the guilt?
I would say when you're not being as productive or social, what I found helps me is like giving yourself some grace period. Like if something bad's happened in your life and you kind of need to either mourn or just like process things, take time away, you need to actually give yourself some grace period to be like, okay, not that you can just allocate the amount of days of grief that you're going to have. I'm not saying that, but allocating days where there's no expectations and you're not feeling like you have to really bring much to the table that week or whatever it may be, and just be easier on yourself to know I'm giving myself till the end of the week to be sad, and then next week I'm going to actually know, like absolutely no wavering whatsoever, I'm going to start being productive.
I so agree with that. I think that you need to almost build like a good foundation, because otherwise if you like from day dot are already like, okay, survival mode, like let's act like everything's okay. Let's like not actually go through the grief of what's just happened, and you're already running at 100 miles per hour. Like
exactly. And I just think when you're working like that, you know you're not going to end up slipping into feeling like that for an extended period of time, which is what happens. That's how you end up feeling really down, is 1 week turns into 4 weeks and you're like, wait, what the fuck? Like I've been sad for 4 weeks. Like
you haven't dealt with the emotions.
Exactly. So I think that downtime is really important, and also just giving yourself healthy boundaries to be like, you're almost like proactively thinking rather than reactively thinking. So you already know how you're going to be. Just give yourself a little push to be like, I'm going to do more next week.
Yeah. Low expectations.
100%.
Have low expectations for yourself and slowly build it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if you bite off more than you can chew, it can be very intimidating. And then once like you've realized that you actually can't complete that thing, you're back at square one.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, can't do this. Sorry. Little bits.
Exactly. And once you understand that you're not okay, things actually get a little bit easier.
Admitting it.
Right. Like when, like not even to people, but just to yourself, being like, okay, I'm actually really struggling right now. Like this is actually like, this has hurt me a lot more than I thought it was gonna hurt. You actually just end up being a little bit nicer to yourself, and you're not as like self-hating, and you're not like, it's not a pity party. You're kind of just like, all right, like, cool. This is how I'm feeling. I'm just going to work through it. Like, that's okay. There's light in the tunnel. It's not the end of the world.
It's funny because I think that a lot of us think it's the opposite. We think that we just need to keep going and act like nothing's wrong. And then eventually it'll just go away.
Yeah.
But that's like, it'll work if it's nothing significant. But when it's something that you actually need to deal with, there's only so much you can brush under the rug before you realize like you
100%.
Can't even walk anymore.
Exactly.
On top of that, I think it's very important to be very careful with the words you use with yourself. Like what you're saying out loud, but also what you're thinking in your head. Like when you know how they say like perspective is everything? When you look at something and go, I barely got anything done today. Like I should have done so much more, versus being like, I got a couple of tasks that I needed to do. I'm probably going to be a little bit busier tomorrow, but I can finish them then. Being lighter to yourself, and at the end of the day, no one's harder on ourselves than we are. And that starts off with the language that you use with yourself. So I think that that's very important.
Yeah.
When you're in that point.
Yeah, I agree. And I think when you're in a low point, like you shouldn't measure yourself to what you were at maximum capacity. Like you at your most efficient doing 25 tasks a day when you're an optimal, like thinking, functioning state, gym every day type thing. Don't measure that to when you are at your lowest and you're barely able to function. Like that is the thing we always say don't compare yourselves to others, but I actually think the worst comparison is to us at a healthier point.
Yeah.
Because we know we're capable of that.
Girl, I remember when we were talking in our gym episode and we were talking about comparing, and I'm like,
to yourself.
I think I compare myself to me before. And comparison is the biggest thief of joy.
100%. So I just think like in that timing, you have to just count the smaller wins. Like you have to just really understand that the bare minimum is better than nothing. Like you showering, like fucking, you know what I mean? Have a celebratory fucking like dessert. Oh, Jesus Christ.
She's really said attack the mic today.
What the fuck? Yeah, like you showering, like that can be enough to have a celebratory dessert. Like something that is now a big win. Do you know what I mean? Like it's all relative to like your life. So I just think you need to understand there's a process, and it's not going to happen all at once, but it is time that you need to work through things and not compare yourself to what you were once capable of doing. And you'll get back to that, but you need time.
Well, I mean, literally on that, why, like when we do such basic things like showering, getting out of bed, eating, opening the blinds, why do such little and basic things matter so much to us?
I feel like it almost gives us a sense of control. Like in that time period where everything might just be literally like flying everywhere, you feel like you can't get a grip on anything. That, like you washing your hair will almost make you feel like you've got a little bit of control into your life again, because you're not allowing yourself to just sit there and just be attacked by like your own thoughts and everything else. You're kind of just like, all right, I need to get up and just do something else for a second, just to kind of like distract myself essentially from like what is going on inside my head. And I just think it also is motivating. Like you can see the day more clearly. You can feel a little bit more like yourself. You feel cleaner. You feel maybe a little bit more healthy, like hydrated. And that is like the first step into like going for a walk or leaving the house. Like it is like the tiny step that actually builds a foundation to the front door to leave.
These things matter so much because like even though they are such small tasks, it's proof to yourself that you're still showing up every single day and you're trying. The way that I think about it is like you want to get to the surface, right? Like you feel like you're drowning, and every little step that you take is one bit closer to the surface. And yeah, there might be things that knock you back down and drag you in deeper. But when it's something so simple as showering or getting out of bed, it's already a step closer to feeling like you can breathe again. And it makes us feel human. It makes it, you are just giving more attention and care and love to yourself. And you're showing yourself, oh, actually, I do want to be better.
Yeah. Like that is, it's like when we have a self-care night, like you kind of feel like you're lacking that attention that your body or your skin or your hair deserves.
Yeah.
So you're pouring that back into yourself. Like that showering's the first step, but like face masks and having a bath, like things like that could actually just be like, you know what, like I'm kind of feeling a little bit better today.
Yeah. And you know when like your room is like so messy and like you feel like you can't think, everything's all over the place, and then you clear things up and you feel like all of a sudden I can think with a clearer mind.
Yeah.
So even something just as simple as cleaning your room, tidying it up,
making your bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you are in a low point, what would you say helped you feel even like 1% better?
A couple of things. I mean, just on the fact that I was just talking
Yeah.
about cleaning, I think that when I'm at my lowest, I'm like so clean. I'm so on top of everything. It's so crazy because usually you'd think like people are in like a rut, like they don't want to do anything. Whereas for me, I feel like the control, the thing that I will at least give to myself is being in a clean environment. And I feel like that does allow me to think so much better and just clear. And then also speaking to people that I love, like just opening up and not necessarily to be like receiving advice or anything, but just to be like, to feel like that weight has come off of me and to hear somebody go like, no, I understand. You have a right to feel that way. I think that really helps.
Yeah. Getting some validation is always nice.
And then something that I used to do a lot, I don't do so much of it anymore, although I should go back to it, is just writing it down. Like, God, I love me a diary.
Really?
Yes,
Wow.
I am a diary queen. Like I have this one singular one where I think it backdates to 2010. So I would have been 8. I still have it.
Oh my God.
And it's like a little like fairy and it's got like a little lock, like you can actually lock
feel
it.
Is it purple?
It is purple.
I think I had the same one.
And it's got like a greenish border on it.
I think I had the same one.
Really?
With a lock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh my God, that's wild.
But that like I've always been the type of person to like to write down my feelings, just because when you are feeling a little bit better, it's nice to reflect back on when you weren't feeling so good and appreciating that you got yourself out of that. And then also vice versa. Yeah. When you're feeling bad, looking back at a good time and being like, oh wow, I thought I've been like this for like the past year, but actually apparently I wasn't.
Yeah.
And it's just, I think that it's nice to be able to reflect because emotions are like a roller coaster. Like you go through one period, get to another and like.
I don't know why we had diaries with locks when we were like 8. Like what the fuck were we writing that was so private? Like I think bring back diaries with locks. Like that shit is good for now.
I hide my diary. Like what are you, girl? That stuff, ain't nobody gonna ever touch that.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's literally, I can't even say where it's hidden because y'all not gonna know. but I promise you it's actually hidden.
No way. Yeah, but if you had a lock, you could have it in plain sight and it'd be fine. But it's like, why was I given a diary with a lock when I was 7? What was I writing about? That was so secretive.
I was there like, my sister is being a pain in my ass.
I'm like, I have a crush on this guy and I'm seeing him next week at the swimming carnival. Like, the fuck? Like, Jesus Christ.
I've got to bring my diary in so you can read the stuff that I was writing.
I need to find mine and I'll do the same to you because.
But the pages are falling apart because like the glue has like fully like just dried up.
And you knew when you were in like flow state of diarying because your writing would get a little bit more messy because you were just like.
And there's no full stops. You're like, and.
It's like this much of a paragraph. It's like no full stops.
What about you? What helped you feel better?
I would say, obviously, like how you said, like talking to people is really beneficial. If it's really, really like weighty, then I would say like I'm such an advocate for psychologists. Like, oh my fucking God, I probably sound like an idiot when I talk about, like if anyone's ever feeling having a hard time, I'd be like, why don't you speak to someone? Because I don't understand the whole like shame around that. Like a lot of people feel really like not guilty, but like shameful to even admit that they need to speak to someone. And I'm just like, bro, like you've got a qualified person that is able to give you unbiased opinions. Like this is opinions, like science essentially.
Yeah.
Like utilize that because that is a third party that you can confide in and tell them everything and like have a gossip sesh, but it's just all about you and that person's trying to help you be better. Like in my head, I'm like, that's perfect. So obviously that is like the extreme, but little things, big advocate for just getting out in the sun, going for a walk. Like even in COVID, when you would feel really like, you know, you were locked down for ages, you might feel really stuck. You may have felt very just like in a rut. Going out, getting in the sun, getting a coffee and just walking around the park with your music in, honestly, is like so liberating.
Yeah.
And to this day, I look back at it and think I was actually so happy for that. So walking, I 100% think clears your mind so much.
Yeah.
Just brings you back to nature. Actually makes you feel a bit more appreciative for your surroundings as well.
Yeah. I think those two things, like as you were saying them, I literally was like, oh my God, I literally did that.
Yeah.
Like seeing a psychologist, I remember during this time, I felt like I had nobody to speak to and everybody I tried to like reach out to, I didn't feel like safe enough to tell. And my first session, I was like crying.
Yeah.
And then by the like last session that I went to, I was like, I'd walk in and I'd be like, I don't have anything to say.
Yeah. Which is the
I'd literally
ultimate
be
goal.
like, oh, wait, why am I here now? And yeah, like I'm very grateful for that. And I feel like a lot of the times, like psychologists, I feel like the main problem with seeing a psychologist is sometimes
The cost?
they're not, yes,
well,
obviously the cost. But also sometimes they're not the right psychologist for you. Like you might
Yeah.
not feel comfortable enough. They might not be giving you the advice that you
Exactly.
want, but don't let that put you off. Like
Yeah.
try other people out. Like think of it as like a friend and you don't like
Yeah.
this friend and now you want to try another friend.
Or there's friends that you talk to about specific things.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't tell your party friend, like your deep dark thoughts.
Yeah.
You'd tell like your good friend that you know you trust. You know what I mean? Like you're just going to have to like trial and error.
Yeah.
My psychologist actually sent me an email this week. She was like, I haven't seen you in over 6 months. Like for the moment, I'm archiving your file.
Oh,
She goes, I hope you don't need me. That's why you haven't reached out. And I was just like, oh fuck. Like,
that's so,
'Cause
like,
the
that's so sweet. But,
right?
like, also, like,
I was like,
what
wait,
the
no,
hell?
I want to see you still. Like, 'cause the last time I went, I walked in and she was like, so, and I was like, I actually don't think I've got, and I was just trying to find things to talk about.
Yeah, I was literally like, and I tripped yesterday.
I was really, really stressed yesterday.
And mom raised her voice
Yeah.
for like 5 seconds.
Yeah. Whereas the first like few times I would go to her, like her mouth, her jaw was like on the floor the whole time. 'Cause she was just like, and I'm like, and then this happened, and then this, and she was like, oh my God. Whereas now I'm just like, oh yeah, I've got nothing to talk about. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, damn. Like I remember, you can put this in. When I was at the psychologist, like this was like a while ago. There was something so significant that had happened in my life. But because there was so much other shit going on, like this thing was like huge. Like no one knows about this. It's like fucking huge thing to say.
Yeah.
And in the midst of everything else, like my friendship dramas, all this type of shit, I'm like, blah, blah, blah. And by the way, this happened. And she was like, wait, what the fuck? Like I just like trickled it in because I
Yeah.
was so overwhelmed. Everything was like normalized
Yeah.
that I was like, oh yeah, and that happened too. And she was like, wait a minute, pause.
We need to dissect that one,
She was like,
girl.
I think we should probably talk about that first and come back and
Yeah.
see me next week.
And the week after and the week after.
Exactly.
So we've spoken about what's gotten you into a low point and the signs of that, but I want to speak about the opposite and what it's felt like getting out of it. Like, what did it feel like? What was it like returning to yourself?
I felt like coming out of a rut, you begin to like move your body a bit more. You don't find like social things is like scary or draining, like little things. You'll just start to like dabble into like certain areas before you fully return to like what it was like when you were normally functioning. I just think you just even start spending more time with people. You just start embracing the love of people and you start enjoying their company. Like you kind of just like find yourself in a room, kind of just like looking at everyone being like, oh, I'm so thankful that like I have these people around me. So I think you, all in all, like you just see the light at the end of the tunnel. I think you're just like, okay, like I can see myself getting towards the end of this point.
Yeah.
And I feel like you start to amend your previous routines. Like you almost make a fresh, clean slate that's now attainable for like your current mental state and load and stuff like that. So you almost like start fresh. Like it's literally a clean slate. You're like, something wasn't working for me before in this state. I'm going to now move towards making it better for me. And you just adapt. You adapt to what your body needs. You're a little bit more in tune with yourself, I'd say.
Yeah, understanding that you're not going to be exactly where you were before this started, but willing to take those steps and seeing the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, it's just acceptance at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you? What would you say it was like coming out of a rut?
This is like very specific. Like I'm giving you like specific things that I do that I actually feel like makes a difference to me and like makes me feel like I'm getting better.
Yeah.
Firstly, replying to messages.
Oh my God.
Like when I respond to your message, just know I'm getting there. Because before that, oh gosh, it can take me like a week, 2 weeks to respond to someone. And I hate it so much. I feel so guilty. But like really, I'll like doom scroll for hours. But responding to your message, just saying like, oh, like, what do you think about this? Or like, when are we going to go out next? Oh God.
That's like brain rot doom scrolling as opposed to like mental energy.
Yeah, exactly.
Replying. Yeah.
And then also, I think because I care a lot about like the way that I look, when I'm in a rut, I'm like the opposite. I'm like slick back and natural hair to the max and like no makeup.
I'm making notes. If I ever know.
Like, how to know Mara is
In a
not
rut.
good. So when I'm getting out of that, I'm all of a sudden like just feeling better about the way that I look. Like I want to put out on something that's not a tracksuit set.
Yeah.
And like maybe doing my hair, putting a little bit of mascara on. Like it's so stupid, but like that's like actually what tells me, hey girl, you're getting out of this.
You're feeling like a human again somewhat. Yeah.
And that's why I feel like it's always the little things.
You can't, like Rome wasn't built in a day. Like you literally need to build the foundation before you can even think about like doing successful or accomplished things.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the point where we usually get to our little rapid fire segment. But today, I think we've come to the conclusion that we don't really want to do that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's fair to put yourself in, like to give scenarios and put ourselves in a position of what we would do, because everybody handles this very differently and we don't want any comparison with it. So
yeah, I agree.
Any way that you handle something is okay to do.
And I think when you're in such a low or depressive episode, like it is extremely, extremely important to lean on the support of people that you have around you, whether that's just like talking to people you trust, listening to like podcasts that kind of, I guess, talk about similar things, the way that you can handle things. Obviously, psychologists, like Lifeline is also a great, great, great resource to use as well. And just be known that you're not alone in anything that you're going through. There are so many resources for you to use, and it's never a shameful conversation. You shouldn't feel like you're a burden or any less of a human because you're going through things. Like everyone goes through things, and it is just how you pick yourself back up. So never stop yourself from picking yourself back up.
And the fact that you're already consciously thinking about that means you've already taken a massive step in wanting to be better, and don't underestimate that. And just remember that it's stepping stones. Like the nursery that I went to when I was a kid, it was called Stepping Stones.
Oh, really?
So I always love saying that.
That's so cute.
But it really is like, take everything bit by bit, whatever you can tick off, it's an accomplishment, and just be patient with yourself. Trust that eventually you will see that light at the end of the tunnel. Surround yourself with the people that you love.
And it's not going to be a new thing overnight. Like you're not going to wake up one day and be like, I'm fixed. Like this is 100% gone. Like you're always going to have to kind of work towards being a better version of yourself and giving yourself that grace period, giving yourself time, courtesy. Like treat yourself how you would treat someone else in your situation. Like we obviously are a lot more hard on ourselves, but you are really in need of love in that time of your life. So I think you need to pour that back into yourself the same way you would with a friend or a family member that's going through a similar situation.
And just to round off this episode, I would just like to remind everybody that this is our own experience. This is not any mental health advice. It's more so just if you needed to hear it from somebody else that's gone through a similar thing, or just a reminder that you're not in it alone.
And anyone that you may think has it all together, very rarely is that the case. Everyone's got their own shit. Everyone's got stuff going on. So never put yourself in a lower place because you think everyone else around you has it together. Everyone's got their stuff. You need to focus on your own internal growth.
Thank you guys so much for listening in. Love you so much, and please take care of yourselves.
We love y'all. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.